Vectoring in its Riptide series began on iOS and Android devices in 2012. Riptide GP Renegade is the third installment in the franchise, specifically developed for the consoles and PC. Does this mobile spiritual successor to water racers like Moto have what it takes? Let's find out. The game takes place in a futuristic city filled with diverse tracks. There's a loose story built into the career mode, but it's barely worth mentioning. You're a hot new racer trying to prove theirself on the underground scene. An old friend and rivals will appear every now and again with some quick jabs, but calling it a story is like saying the warning label on a bottle of pills is a tale. As if one needs a reason to race wicked water bikes in a futuristic city anyway, but it's there to those curious. Going through the campaign is simple enough. Racing earns players experience and cash, as well as a star rating at the end of each event. Most races are simply that, races, but there are other modes to keep in mind. Elimination extracts the last place pilot every 10 seconds until there are only 3 left. Checkpoint racing is a single event wherein players have to hit as many nodes as possible along with going against the clock. The tracks vary from a park washed out with water to a forest set on fire. There are only about 9 courses in the game, but the campaign remixes them, creating new ways to venture through, plus courses tend to change during races, similar to Split Second. They're well designed, albeit played safe in terms of a water racer, but good nonetheless. All in all, the goal in mind is to get 1 to 3 stars. The more stars, the more experience and money, plus earning at least 1 star will unlock the next campaign mission. That may seem like an easy undertaking at first, but as you expect, it gets harder as a Riptide GP Renegade goes on. Some events may start to feel cheap, as if the AI has an upper hand at times. It can be frustrating, especially when victory is moments away, only to be ripped away from your sweaty hands. That's the gist of most racers though. While skill is definitely at play, simply grinding can also help level the playing field. Like a good RPG, any time spent with Riptide GP Renegade is not wasted even in defeat. Cash can help beef up a rig's acceleration, top speed, handling, and boost capabilities. Experience unlocks abilities like speed boost or new tricks to perform. Again, this alone will not ensure victory, but it won't hurt to grind every now and again. Speaking of tricks, catching air or grinding on objects allows the player to perform a variety of feats. Simply nailing them will grant power to the boost meter, which gives racers general bursts of speed. As one levels up, the stunt gets more complex, and it gets riskier to perform them correctly. The harder the trick, the better the boost. Aside from steering well, it's imperative to make the most of these obstacles and gain as much power as possible. It's more complex than one would think from a mobile developer. Aside from the career mode, players can venture online with multiplayer, hang out with up to 4 friends on the couch for some split-screen action, climb the leaderboards, or jump into a single track just for fun. And when I say jump in, I mean it. Loads are incredibly fast, and lessens the pain for having to retry courses repeatedly in the campaign. The only holdup is the network play. I had trouble connecting multiple times to matches. Either Riptide GP Renegade hasn't attracted a bigger audience yet, or there's actually something wrong with the code at play. When it works, but again, it wasn't reliable. Visually, it looks more like a PS3 than a PS4 game. It controls well, loads quick, and the frame rate makes racing exhilarating regardless of the look. The game has style, and it's more important than graphics anyway. Similarly, the soundtrack's electronic beats aren't anything to write home about, but they do enough to pump players up. It's not brimming with content, but the assortment of courses, pilots, bikes, and other customization options provide a nice stick to keep the players interested. Riptide GP Renegade is an impressive racer born from the mobile market. It's by no means a stellar title, but it does provide a nice homage to the classic Moto series. Racing can be unfair at times, and it's on the shorter side of things in terms of content, but the RPG-like hooks of earning rewards, even in defeat, makes the losses less damning. There's not exactly a wow factor here, but plain and simple, it's fun, albeit for short bursts. Did you know that was a ReActionExaminer video? If you liked it, you should subscribe to me to keep up with everything that I'm doing. Also, if you have some other interests, like sex for example, check out Tomops, which is a comedy sex podcast thing wherein my best friend and I check out the weird and abnormal and the erotic. And of course, you should support me on Patreon because, hey, I want to make the channel better and I want your help to do so. Plus, if you want to check out my writing, check out Game Jerk, where I have archives and new stuff for all projects, okay? You can find all the stuff and more in the description with the links below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.